Okay, we're back for another lesson in GeoGebra. We're going to be talking about lines, segments, and rays. We've already gone through points, okay, and we've now going to let's talk about a segment. Now, we know a segment is the distance between 2 points. So, basically, in order to construct this segment, look at what we do up here. We build it, go to the segment tool. It says segment, select 2 points. So either we could have 2 points, and then we could select those 2 points and draw a segment with them, okay? Or we could simply just go right to the segment and draw the segment from one endpoint to the next. And you say, well, how come it's not labeled? Well, again, we could come back and we could start labeling those, show the label, and that would label that as, okay, A, B, since that would be the second point that we picked there. Or we could come and we could do something else. We could go up here to our triple arrow, that's our menu items, and we could pick up some options. Within the options, we could choose labeling. Within the labeling, we could do a couple things. I'm going to choose this option, which says start labeling all new points. Okay? Alright, so in that sense now, when I start drawing some segments, okay, what's going to happen, they're going to be labeled. Okay, they're going to be labeled, so that command is in place now. Then all my segments will be labeled now. Okay, as we know, our segments have distance, a length. Okay, so why not show you right now how we can choose that length? We come up here, we have a selection here for distance or length, and the pop-up says select 2-point segments, and then it will show you their length. So, okay, didn't do that right. Okay, here we go. We're going to measure its distance. So just click on it, it will highlight it, and it'll show you the length. Okay, it'll show you the length. Now, of course, we could shrink that or expand that however you might like. Alright, shrink or expand it however you might like. Alright, now, okay, go back to the segment tool. Of course, we've got a line. Of course, a line is just going to be drawn infinitely through any 2 points. Alright, now we know that any points on any 2 points will always form a line. So, I mean, I could go from here to any other point, and I could have a line drawn, right? No problem, okay? Now, does the line have measurement? Well, let's see, okay? We're going to click on the length, and we're going to click that. See, it can't measure that because it's infinitely long. You can't measure that. It's infinitely long, okay? This is a segment. It can measure that, okay? But it can't measure a line. You say, well, can I pull those 2 points further apart? Yeah, but you can't measure infinitely long, okay? Now, we do know that a line contains infinitely many points, so I could come up, and that's getting a little congested. Let's take some of this away and just look at a single line, if we will, okay? I just Control Z to leave everything behind. So now let's just look at a single line, okay? There's my single line AB. But as we know, a single line, you have any number of points on that. Okay, so here, point on the object. There's another point C. Here's another point D. There's another point on there. Okay, all these, of course, are what we call collinear. Collinear, because all these points are on the line. That one doesn't quite look like it, but okay. So we could, if we want, just delete that point, okay, and then put a point back on points, okay? Are these the only points on that line? No. What is the name of that line? Well, the name of that line, of course, is named for any 2 points on it. Name it GB. Name it CD. Can't name it with H because H is a non-collinear point. It's not on that line, so I could hide it. I think I'll just choose to delete it. And trying to delete that, it looks like I created another one up here, so delete that too. So these are collinear, okay? Now, all right, let's go through and talk about the rays, okay? And kind of a neat way of doing a ray. Now, a ray extends infinitely in one direction, okay? Now, okay, starts at K, moves towards L, and keeps on going, all right? Now, we know that that's a ray, but there is a device here that is called a vector, which will put a little arrowhead on there and show it for you if you like, okay? And so this is ray MN, starting at N, moving in the direction of N. We would like to put N like on there, and so you got to kind of fake that out. So what I do is I kind of put an object on there. I'll come back. First off, let's do it this way. Let's select N, do a right click, and then delete that. No, that wasn't what I want to do. Let's do this again. Just do the vector, okay, from N in the direction of N. What we'll do is we'll hide or not show N, and then we'll put a point on it, and that kind of looks more like a ray that we're used to seeing. So points, lines, and planes we've now covered looking at this within the GeoGebra.